Hello everyone, my name is Rishi, and in today's video I'm going to teach you how to create a chatbot like ChatGPT. So before we start programming, first we need to get our API key from the OpenAI website. So here is the link, and I'm going to put it in the description below. So we create the new secret key, and you can name it whatever you want. So I'm going to name it Rishi Chatbot, and create the key. And we're going to make sure that you copy this onto your clipboard, and we're going to build our Python program from this. So let's start programming. So here I am in the Visual Studio Code editor, and here I have created a folder called Rishi Chatbot. And now we're going to create a .env file which stores our API key so that we can connect it with our Python file later on. This just secures your API key from others. So first we're going to declare two constants. So the first constant is my and then special key. And we're going to make, and you can name it whatever you want. So I'm just going to do hello world. And then the second constant that we're going to name is that OpenAI API key. And in this variable, you're just going to paste the API key that you got from before. Next, we're going to start programming our Python file. So in order to start programming, we're going to first create our Python file, and we're going to name that Python file chatbot.py. And in this, we're going to first initialize some modules. For the first one, it is import asyncio. So this is basically a framework that provides connection to like the database's libraries, and it also provides tools for asynchronous programming. So the next one we're going to do import is import OS. So this is a function for interacting with the operating system. Then we're going to do from .env, we're going to import load.env and find.env. So this is basically allows us to connect our API key in the .env file with our API key in the Python file currently. And then the fourth one we're going to do is that from Langchain .llms, we're going to import OpenAI. So this is basically imports the API classes to use in our to use their large language models. And finally, we're going to import Chainlit as CL. So this just simplifies the development of the chat-based application. So once we're done importing all of these, we're going to first call the we're going to first search for the API key in the .env. So in order to do this, we just do load.env, and in this we're just going to do find.env. So once you've called these functions, now we're going to initialize some constants, which is going to be our model name and the environment. Basically, we're just going to be doing the environment in our calling the API key. So first is going to be model name, and that is going to be, we're going to be using OpenAI's a large language model called text davinci 003. And we're going to be initializing another constant variable called OpenAI open API key, and this is going to be os.environment, and we're going to be calling the API key that we've initialized in the .env file. And once you're done with these constants, now let's start with the main functions that we're going to use in our program. So first we're going to do when the message is sent, so on chainlit dot on message. So this is like calling the function when the message is being sent. Then we're going to go call the main function and take the parameter of the message, which is supposed to be a string type. And now we're going to give a response using the model name, which is text davinci 003. So in order to do this, we just do OpenAI And in this, we're just going to do OpenAI API key, and that is equal to the OpenAI API key. So we're going to use this OpenAI key, and we're going to set the mood, or it's also called temperature, to 0. So this is basically the aggressiveness of the type of response that you get from the chatbot, and this ranges from 0 to 2. And if you want a less aggressive chatbot, then you can do 0, which is what I'm going to do. And then the model that we're going to use is the which is just the model name, and as you can see over here, it's just text davinci 003, and we're going to use, and this is going to be based off of our message. Oh, and I forgot a colon over here. And once you're done with that, now we're going to use the asynchronous programming run by the large language model. So you're just going to asyn.cio, and you're going to run the chainlit.message, and in this message, the content should be the response. So it should be related to what the content is like sent. So dot send response. So once we've created the function for when the message is being sent, we need to create another function when the chat starts. So in this, we're just going to create a function where the chat starts. The chatbot is just going to give the user a simple hello or welcome message. So once the chainlit onStart is being called, then we're just going to do a function called onStart. We're just going to do asyn. So we're going to run an asynchronous program which just runs the chainlit.message, and then in this message it's just going to, like, the content is going to be hello there, and we're going to be sending this to the user. So this is basically our program. Now in order to run this program, we're just going to bring up the terminal and type chainlit run chatbot.py, and as you can see, it's going to start running the chatbot, and I have it on my other screen over here. I'm going to bring it to this side. So this is the chatbot which is created on a local host, and as you can see, it creates a hello there message, and we can just say, hi there, how are you doing? And it seems that it's having an unrecognized request for temperature. Oh, I seem to spell temperature wrong. So temperature, and once you save that, we should be able to run it again. So hey there, how are you doing? So I think we need to reopen the chatbot. So we're just going to go back to the terminal and just type chainlit run chatbot.py, and this is going to start the localhost. And now we're just going to say, hi there, how are you doing? And it's just going to say, I'm doing well, thank you, how about you? And you can just ask it about, like, anything. So I'm just going to ask, what is today's top news? And it's just going to say that today's top news includes ongoing coronavirus pandemic, the US presidential elections, and then the US Supreme Court and other information as well. Thank you guys for watching my video. I hope you guys liked it. Please like and subscribe, and see you guys in the next one.